Hey there, horror enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into the darkest corners of the world. Today, we're exploring a chilling tale of a dating app that's shrouded in mystery. Zoe had heard the rumors. The dating app Echo was whispered about in dark corners of the internet. People claimed it was more than just an algorithm, more than just matching based on interests or proximity. Some said it could find people for you in ways that were disturbingly accurate. So, when Zoe downloaded it on a quiet Friday night, she told herself it was just for fun. The setup was simple. After creating your profile, Echo asked you to answer a series of bizarre, almost cryptic questions. No likes, no swipes, just deep, personal queries that made her stomach twist. What would you do if you saw your soulmate in danger? Was one. When was the last time you truly felt alive? Asked another. It felt intrusive, but she obliged. The app's interface was sleek, minimalist almost to sleek. No ads, no interruptions. Just a notification that popped up within minutes. Asterisk, asterisk, we've found your match. Her heart raced. She was used to dating apps taking days, sometimes weeks, to connect people. But Echo had already found someone. Zoe clicked the notification. The profile that appeared was simple. His name was Ethan. His photo was an ordinary, handsome man with short brown hair, a soft smile, and eyes that seemed oddly familiar. His bio read, "I know you. You know me." Zoe frowned. It was the kind of thing that might be endearing in a rom-com. But here, it was unsettling. Still, she felt an inexplicable pull. His face seemed so familiar. Had they met before? The thought gnawed at her. She swiped right. Seconds later, Ethan messaged her. The text was chilling in its simplicity. "I've been waiting for you. You should come to me." Zoe felt her skin prickle. Her thumb hovered over her phone. She wasn't the type to meet strangers quickly, but something about this felt different. She felt a strange compulsion, as though her body was moving before her mind could stop it. Before she could reply, the app chimed again. "Your match is ready. Meet him now." A location pinged on her map, an address in the city, just a few miles away. Zoe stared at the screen, torn between curiosity and fear. Was this real? She scrolled through the messages again, hoping to find some hint of his identity. Nothing, only a single sentence. Asterisk, I know you. You know me. The clock on her phone showed it was almost midnight, but she didn't hesitate. Her mind screamed at her to ignore it, but she felt drawn, compelled to follow. She grabbed her jacket, shoved her phone in her pocket, and left her apartment. The street was dark. The city was quiet at this hour. No taxi around. She went to the address, and though the area was unfamiliar, she didn't feel lost. It was as if the road were guiding her each step, bringing her closer, pushing away the last remnants of hesitation. She arrived at an old building tucked between two towering skyscrapers, a faded apartment complex. There was no sign, no indicator that anyone had lived here in years, but the door was open. She hesitated for only a moment before stepping inside. The hallway was empty, the lights flickering in the dimness. She felt a strange sensation, as if she wasn't alone, a feeling she couldn't shake, that someone was watching her. She reached for her phone to check if Ethan had messaged her, but her screen was blank. The app was gone. Suddenly, a door creaked open at the end of the hallway. Zoe's heart thudded as she walked toward it, the silence suffocating. She stepped inside. The room was small, sparsely furnished, a single chair in the center, an old wooden table against the far wall. And there he was, Ethan, standing in the corner, his back to her. He turned slowly, his eyes locked with hers. "You came," he said, his voice soft, almost tender. "I knew you would." Zoe froze, her breath caught in her throat. There was something wrong with his smile, something off about his presence. He wasn't like the man in his photos. His skin was pale, almost translucent, and his features seemed too sharp to perfect. "I've been waiting for you," he whispered, stepping closer. "You're mine now." Zoe's heart raced. She wanted to run, to scream, but her body refused to move. And then, in a low voice, he said, "We've met before. Don't you remember?" The world seemed to tilt, the walls around her shifting. Suddenly, Zoe understood. This wasn't the first time. The first time had been years ago, a blind date gone horribly wrong. She had met a man much like him, in another city. They'd talked for hours, his face, his voice, his eyes, all so familiar. But that night had ended with a car crash. A horrible, terrifying crash. Ethan was the one who had died. But now somehow, he was here. The world spun faster. Zoe gasped, her mind breaking apart as the memories flooded back. Her body trembled, but she still couldn't move, couldn't escape. "I found you again," Ethan whispered, as the room around her dissolved into darkness. In the fading light, she could hear a soft, familiar notification ping from her phone. Match found. Zoe's body was found the next morning, slumped in the corner of the room, her eyes wide open in terror. The police found no trace of the man she had met, and no record of the Echo app existed on her phone. But a few months later, a new profile appeared on the app. This time, it was Ethan, and his bio read, "I know you. You know me. Until then, keep your wits about you and be cautious when using any app. Remember, the internet can be a dangerous place, and it's important to stay safe and informed."